question regarding third hindrances, restlessness. What do you mean by restlessness? Is it the state of mind or something else?
Yes, it is easy to adjust your posture to make the body still, but it is difficult to adjust the mind to be still. And therefore mind has a lot of restlessness and worry. Restlessness and worry, a pair of hindrances. When you worry, you become restless. It is a mental state, and so you have to overcome that by making effort, like I suggested to people to use counting from 1 to 10. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3, like that, go up to 10. And then count down from 10 to 1. And then again from 1 to 9. Come down from 9 to 1. Then third round from 1 to 8. 8 to 1. 1 to 7. 7 to 1. 1 to 6. 6 to 1. 1 to 5. 5 to 1. 1 to 4. 4 to 1. 1 to 3. 3 to 1. 1 to 2. 2 to 1. And 1. Then go again until your wandering mind gets tired of wandering and tired of counting. This is in brief, I must say, how you overcome your wandering mind and then focus the mind on the breathing. Okay?
Thank you, Bhante. I also have the question regarding the doubt, the fifth hindrance. What is the doubt means?
Yes, you have doubt in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, your practice, and you got to overcome doubt. One easy way is to see your own progress that you make and see the results of your practice, see the results of your other experiences, see everything arises, everything passes away. That you can never miss, never have any doubt about that. Also, you can see when anger arises, you are unhappy. When metta arises, you are happy. And anytime metta thought arises, you feel very comfortable. Anytime anger arises, you feel very comfortable. Seeing from your own experience, seeing the truth of impermanence, dependent arising, when you see this reality, your doubt will completely vanish. This is called Pacchattam Veddabbo Vinyohi. All wise individuals can realize by themselves. That is very true if you truly, honestly pay attention to your own experiences.
Thank you, Bhante.
Very good. Thank you. May I ask?
Bhante, may I ask in Ratana Sutta why Venerable Ananda recited the sutta can lead to disappear the danger resulting from disease? How can we develop this kind of power?
Yes, you can develop this kind of power by having unshakable faith in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, or faith endowed with understanding. That is called in Pali aveccha pasada. Aveccha means understanding, having understood. Pasada means pleasing, pleasantness. That means the faith endowed or accompanied, supported by understanding. When you have faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha with understanding of their qualities, you can develop, generate this power within yourself. That is what you see in the Ratana Sutta. Entire sutta from the beginning to the end describes, explains, lists the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, 24 qualities, 9 qualities of the Buddha, 6 qualities of the Dhamma, 9 qualities of the Sangha. In each and every one you should understand understand to develop a faith, confidence that generates positive energy, positive hormone in your mind, brain, and that generates great power. Each and every one practices this will be able to generate same powerful, positive, healing chemistry in your brain. Okay. Okay. Now let us begin our morning meditation session. Now let us sit in a comfortable posture and focus your mind on metta, loving friendliness, very sincerely, honestly. We must develop these thoughts in our mind, and with that sincere wish, listen to this recital of the translation of Metta Sutta, a discourse on loving friendliness. Let me start. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should wish harm to others. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hate or resentment, whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or whenever awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desires for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. With this metta thought. Buddha called it seems like it is synonymous with mindfulness. That is why Buddha said, etang sating, this mindfulness we should cultivate. Here we must be mindful of what is happening around the world. Whole world is now in sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief and despair. And this we have to be very mindful when we practice meditation. With this metta background, let us take our other part of the practice, that is mindfulness itself. Pay total attention to your breath. Breathe mindfully, noticing the breath coming and going, or inhaling and exhaling, without verbalizing or conceptualizing, without saying, I breathe, or I breathe in, I breathe out, but just be aware of the movement of breath in and out. And then when you have this impartial awareness or attention, you will see the breath is always changing. The feeling that arises along with the breath is changing. Your perception of breath changing. Your awareness and consciousness of the breath changing, and your attention is changing. Everything is changing. That is the representation of our life. Life is changing exactly like this breath, feeling, perception, volitional formations, attention and consciousness change. And that is inevitable, natural phenomenon that all of us, whole universe, go through. And there is no one there to control it or stop it or accelerate it or slow it down. And with this, when we see this happening in us as we breathe in and out, our mind becomes calm, relaxed, and peaceful. With that state, we gain deeper concentration, overcoming all our hindrances, greed, resentment or anger, restlessness and worry, doubt, and sleepiness and drowsiness. When these hindrances subside, we gain concentration. With that concentration, we can say even deeper reality, subtlest reality that will eliminate our notion of permanent self. With these few words in the form of instructions, I remain silent. You all continue your practice. Dukkha pattaca nidukkha bhaya pattaca nibhaya soka pattaca nisoka hontu sabbe pipanino. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all living beings. Friends, let us firmly wish, honestly, sincerely wish, with this pure state of mind that we have cultivated during this short session of meditation, we wish all suffering beings to be free from their suffering. May they all return to their normal, healthy life and get back to their daily, regular activities without fear, tension, anxiety, worry, and despair. May all of them live in good health and may all be experience pleasure, joy. May all have peace. Now you can ask me questions if you have any.
Okay, Bhante, here's a question from a resident. Bhante, could it be said another way that in between the arising and ceasing of the breath is space, in between the arising and ceasing of space is consciousness, in between the arising and ceasing of consciousness is nothingness, in between the arising and ceasing of the realm of infinite nothingness is neither perception nor non-perception. In between the arising and ceasing of the realm of neither perception nor non-perception is cessation, relinquishment, nibbana. Is this how adhering to the middle, that which is in between the extremes, leads to nibbana?
In between breath, what you experience is so ephemeral, so brief. However, if the mind has developed this state without any defilements, but the problem here is when one inhaling ceases, another exhaling begins. When exhaling ceases, inhaling begins. This repetition, as long as we are aware of this repetition, we are not in the pure, clean state of consciousness. The consciousness must be totally free from any what you call sankara. And that if you, whenever you can develop that state, then you are in the highest attainment called Sanya Vedita Nirodha, cessation of perceptions and feelings. So the middle path is the middle path between existing and non-existing. Some think that things exist, other things that things do not exist. Those who do not see the cessation thinks existing is a reality. Those who see cessation, non-existence is reality. So the mind should be free from this duality, existing and non-existing. What the mind sees is what exists comes to cessation. And therefore, that is the middle path. And therefore, when we see that, what comes to existence goes out of existence. That is the constant, consistent reality that eventually liberates the mind from perception and feeling, attaining cessation. So you may develop this mental state between the mental state between inhaling and exhaling, noticing these two states, and if you can perpetuate it and stay in that, you will reach that highest state of attainment. So I think that's what I have to say. Yati cessation, relinquishment, and nibbana. You have to see relinquishing takes place by itself, cessation takes place by itself. One does not do it deliberately, and when one is fully aware of this, one can reach nibbana. Viraga, Nirodha, Patinissagga. Nirodha, Patinissagga is relinquishing, and Nibbana. Then you can say, Etang Santang, Etang Panitang, Yadidang Sabba Sankhara Samato, Sabbupadi, Patinissaggo, Tannakayo, Virago, Nirodho, Nibbana. Viraga, Nirodha, Nibbana, you can attain. Tannakaya, there should not be a scruple of craving, desire. Viraga, abandoning, not clinging to anything. Nirodha, cessation. Viraga, Nirodha, Patinissagga, relinquishment, and Nibbana. Okay.
Bhante, yesterday morning, you mentioned that Metta practice can remove greed. May I ask how Metta practice decreases greed?
Greed or grief? Ending with D.
They wrote greed.
Greed, okay. Yes, I mentioned in one of our sessions that greed or desire is a near enemy of metta. Anger is far enemy of metta. Near enemy you cannot see because it camouflages, disguises like a friend. So near enemy disguises as metta. So it is very subtle, and therefore when we practice metta, we must not think of any one particular person, any particular incident, and particular word of any time that has happened in the past or happening now. Therefore, we have to practice metta, thinking that there are all over the world living, breathing entities, just like little dots existing, breathing and breathing and breathing. When we develop that kind of state, that clinging, craving, attachment to one particular person, situation, experience will not interfere in your metta practice. So, otherwise, metta practice will not be beneficial. So, we must recognize the purity of metta, purity, loftiness of metta, boundlessness of metta, and then let go of our any attachment. That is our metta, real metta practice will overcome greed. Of course, it overcomes anger as well, but greed is definitely is not a part of metta. When I say this, this is not my own words. This is what I learned from the Buddha's teaching. And when I practice it, I see that reality in my own practice. When we do not focus on any particular person, whether sick person or a friendly person, parents, brothers, sisters, children, and spouses, and so on, don't focus the mind on any particular person, even a sick person. But when you have cultivated this state of mind, after that you can talk to sick people, do something for sick person, visit the sick person if permissible, and talk to them in a gentle, kind, friendly way to heal, to accelerate the heal of that person. But when you practice it at metta per se, don't bring that person into your mind. That person may be your, as I said, relative or friends or spouse or so on. But after meditation, you, if possible, talk, visit, and so forth. Then you can do much better service to that particular person.
Bhante, here's a question that came up. I currently work for an employer who does not take this virus seriously. I am seeing money prioritized over health more and more, even from our leaders. Will you point me to a Majjhima Nikaya Sutta that addresses something similar to this kind of mindset in the world?
The question is how to...
I think the question is there a particular sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya that points to greed? Yeah.
Well, you can see Sutta called Allagadrupama Sutta, the discourse on snake simile. There, Buddha shows that when one, even another sutta is Sutta number 2, Sabbasava Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya, that those two suttas and many other suttas points out when we grasp truth wrongly, incorrectly, then we will have confusions, problems, and so on. I don't find one particular place, I don't remember, that deals with this particular predicament. Like the leader cares only for money, but not the health of the nation. However, that is very unfortunate. If somebody thinks of money over and above people, their health, the nation, that person himself or herself will undermining that person's own mental state and physical health, mental health, and whatever goal that person is going to achieve will never achieve. Because when a leader does not care for people, and if they are sick, they are poor, they die, what is that person going to achieve over the dead bodies, over the poverty, over the sick nation? That is ridiculous. That can never happen. So, the sensible, wise, intelligent, kind, compassionate people with metta, all they have to do is to ignore such a leader and then continue practicing what is most beneficial for everybody. Okay, friends, we have to wind up this session, and I see you this evening. And I wish you once again very, very healthy, peaceful life, and we all together in unison as one unit at this time conclude this session thinking and saying, may all living beings be well, happy and peaceful, come back to normal health and continue their regular daily work and live long in good.
Thank you, Bhante.
Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu.
Bhante.
Sadhu.
Thank you.
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu.
Uh,
Sadhu, sadhu.